Welcome to Hustle System. My name is Mikhail, and I help people master their mindset, build a better business, and help you live your life on your terms. In this video, I want to talk about the human experience. Oh, what a great and lovely thing it is. As always, before we dive in, please subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. And if you have subscribed but have not yet clicked the notification bell, please click that bell so you can be notified when I upload more awesome videos. The human experience is weird. Okay, you're watching this video, you're a human. Hopefully. Maybe your dog's watching it too. I'm not really sure. Maybe dogs have consciousness too. Separate video though. The human experience is very, very weird and it's getting weirder. Why? Because we're getting weirder and technology is getting weirder. I mean, really think about it. Rock, ball of fire, whee! We're on it. Okay, that's a trip. It freaks us out. We can't quite comprehend it. We're like, is it a simulation? Is it not a simulation? Are we aliens? Who knows? Okay, who knows? And the scary thing is nobody has a clue. That's what's messed up about it. You're a human, you're trying to make life work, and then you realize there's other stuff out there. There's quantum realities, there's, telepathy, there's telekinesis, there's other planets, there's other galaxies. You're like, this is crazy. I can only comprehend what's in front of me. I just want the new iPhone. Why can't I just get the new iPhone and only think about that? And that's why the human experience is such a dynamic and phenomenal topic. And I want to talk about it. It's going to be an open conversation for us to start wrapping our head around what does it mean to be human. This comes down to that big question of what is the quote unquote meaning of life. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to lead off with it. I don't know, lots of smiles, lots of love, lots of happiness, probably experiences, probably leaving something for your kids. That's the meaning of the human experience. But the question becomes, does this transcend this body here, this little guy, right? You watching this, you associate, when you look in the mirror, you lock eyes with yourself, you probably have a certain sense of consciousness that that is you, and there you go. But yet there's a certain level of separation. You become able to identify with yourself as a human. Whereas if you never had that reflection, the question is, what would your identity be? And how would you communicate with yourself? You ever have that where you just kind of stare at yourself in the mirror and try and figure yourself out? Isn't that kind of weird? Track with me here for a minute. Okay? If you didn't have anything else, if you were just one thing, why would you try and figure yourself out? No, I mean, think about it. If you're like a rock, you were a rock, right? So how is it that there's now a conversation inside yourself with yourself? Okay, if you've never had it, go right now, look in the mirror, and tell me you're not having a conversation about a bunch of stuff you could do with yourself, okay? Are there two people living in your head? Is there like the human part, and then there's like the cosmic entity? Okay, and that's my theory, okay? That's my theory, is we came from a single particle, single ball of light, boom, timeline gets spit out, all these galaxies start coming out of this timeline, galaxies everywhere. Then you have all these stars, all these planets, all this stuff, and then physical manifestations, right? Of like water and elements and gases and then humans, yay, humans come out. And then we become this manifestation. And so the universe ever expanding is always trying to expand consciousness. So maybe, just maybe, we are the vessel for the expansion of human consciousness. And let me say that again. Maybe we're the vessel for the expansion of universal consciousness through human form. Okay? Maybe this is just as far as we got, right? Dinosaurs went extinct. What if it was just a big experiment? What if the universe was just like, we're going to try this dinosaur thing. And the dinosaurs are like, we are giant lizards, we're stupid, and they're trying to eat each other. And then the universe like looks at it and goes, this ain't going to work. Boom, and it clears the slate, right? It's like when you start a new game or something. It's like if you're playing a video game and like you mess something up and you're like, I have to restart the game. And then you go, new game, boom. What if that was like, what if that's the universe's way of like resetting the game? It's like just a big asteroid that blows everything up, right? And that's what's so scary, is the human experience has this great dichotomy of we're in perfect control of ourselves-ish, sort of, right? Like if I want to like do this with my hand or do this with my hand or like clap, can do it, I think. Okay, within the realm of consciousness, we have that. But we are not at all in control of where we're going. Okay, we think we are, but we know that it's kind of ants on an anthill, and we know where we're going within this little rock, but where the rock is going, we got no idea, guys. We have no freaking clue. I don't care what anybody tells you. Nobody really knows if a comet's gonna hit us. Okay, they can do all these they can keep looking at it, but dude, something's gonna come out of somewhere, like sometime, right? There's gonna be some great crazy thing, and we're all gonna have to band together. We're gonna realize we've neglected the planet, and that we gotta change our ways, right? And it's pretty crazy to think about that. That's what it has to come to for us to have a quote moment of awakening. I believe the vibration's getting raised. I believe a lot of cool stuff's happening. I also believe that there's a lot of low vibration stuff, right? So when you start to think about all this stuff, you're like, okay, wait a minute, hold up. What are you telling me? You're telling me that we were all one, then the timeline came out, then all these physical things got created. We are just the manifestation of the expansion of the universe through human condition, through the human body. And maybe if we don't elevate to the next level, maybe we'll get cleared. Maybe we'll get new gamed, right? It's very, very possible that it's like if we fail to live at one, right? If we fail to live at one with all things, with the planet, because like this Earth, this great Earth that we're given for free, is a living entity, right? It's got an energetic field, it's got magnetic fields. It's a phenomenal piece of art, right? It's one of the greatest pieces of art in the world, and like in the entire universe. Like the Earth is art. Those of you that are graffiti artists or appreciate music, really, if you really took a not even a bird's eye, but like a cosmic eye view on it, the Earth is the greatest piece of art that exists. I mean, think about it. There's all of these pieces of art on the Earth, but the Earth itself, it's this majestic, amazing thing with all of these dynamics, right? It's got us on it. We're complicated. We're trying to figure it out. It's got the animals. It's got all these beautiful geographical features, and it's like a living thing. It's like a living little ecosystem. It's like a cell within the body of the cosmos, right? It's a very living cell. It's very alive. It's very powerful. And so we're trying to figure ourselves out during this, saying, okay, well, we're this cosmic being, but then we're in this thing, right? We're in this like machine, this biological machine, and we're like, okay, what do we do? What can I do? Let's get the money, right? Because we built this system where it's like it runs on money, on capitalism, and we're like, get the money, Rolls Royce, big houses, yachts, and planes, and we're running, and then we realize, holy shit, that's not the mission. What the fudge? That's totally not the mission in life. What do we do now? What do we do now? We're confused. We've been programmed to say that money equals purpose, but it's wrong, okay? The ability to get money is an example of our power as humans to be able to generate and create something, but it's not purpose related. It's an accumulation factor. And what does become powerful about it is if you're able to generate a lot of money, that means you have a lot of power as an individual, which means you've done a good job of transitioning that cosmic energy through your physical body and manifesting things in this physical world. So that's kind of cool, okay? That takes us out. We go, cool, that's pretty cool, but shit, I'm gonna die. At some point, I'm gonna die. What do I do? And then we run and we're like, okay, gotta have kids, start a family, got a family. Now we gotta leave a legacy. It's gonna be great. Gotta leave something for my kids. And then what happens? We realize, oh man, I'm scared of death. I like this body. I didn't live what I was supposed to live. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. I gotta go do it. And then we overcompensate, and then it's crazy. And that's if you're lucky. That's if you're lucky enough to like watch channels like this and get into self-development and get into empowerment and get into high vibration. Most people just die with very, very sad thoughts of their life and a lot of regret. It's terrifying, right? So we have a hard time comprehending this because our brain is having a hard time keeping up with technology. And then when you throw technology in the mix, it's like, wait a minute, you're telling me that robots are going to be able to do most of what we're able to do physically? Right? Because we're kind of attached to what we can create, right? Like I said, that ability to create things in the real world is a manifestation of our cosmic power through our human existence, through our human potential. And so it feels like AI is chipping away at that. It's saying, nope. We don't need you to express your power these ways. But maybe it's a guidance mechanism. Maybe if we thought about technology as a way of optimizing the human experience rather than detracting from it, right? Like you have this mainstream media phenomenon of like Terminator, like, robots are gonna come, they're gonna take over everything, and AI is gonna rule the world. Totally possible, okay? Totally possible. I'm not saying it isn't. Totally possible, okay? Freaks me out, okay? But track with me here for a sec. What if the purpose of technology was to amplify the biological phenomenon of being human and extend it? So take things like, for example, the ability to be telekinetic, okay? Move things with our mind, telepathic, transmit information with just our mind and brainwaves, okay? Teleportation, the ability to be in multiple locations very quickly or in multiple locations at the same time. What if that was the final purpose of this technological machine that we're creating? What would that look like? What if we could turn ourselves into little particles, jump out of the galaxy, go to a different galaxy, and coexist in both locations simultaneously? Okay? And again, it freaks you out because it's totally possible. Because we don't know what's not, like, you ever have that where like you have like, you live your life and then you meet someone who's really rich? Ever have that? You're like, dude, you're really rich. He's like, yeah, it's awesome. I'm like, dude, I didn't think you could be that rich. Ever how that totally distorts your perspective of things that are possible, right? Or someone who's really ripped, right? You're like, dude, you're in really good shape, bro. You're like, yeah, bro, I lift. I'm like, dude, I didn't even know you could be that ripped. What the fuck? What the fudge, man? That's crazy, right? And it makes you feel like, man, I didn't even know you could do that. That's nuts. Trips me out. Right? And then your brain starts to go, it's like a shaker machine. And your mind just goes, your human reality is an illusion. It's a simulation. It's quantum. You're everywhere at once. And we're trying to create these theories, right? Like quantum is a great theory. We're trying to create all these theories for this human experience. So the purpose of this video is just to trigger ideas in your mind for you to be more human, okay? For you to maybe have a better relationship with technology, because I truly believe technology is here to help us and guide us. It's here to eliminate, okay? It's here to eliminate all the superficial aspects of being human. This is truly my belief, is being human and the human experience, AKA the manifestation of universal consciousness through a particular biological machine, okay? That's the way that I define it here, is something much, much more than we currently have, okay? We're not meant to be going into these 9-to-5 jobs. We're not meant to be having these negative emotions. I truly believe that the purpose of us being here is to try and come to completion with all things that are one, which means removing things like greed, gluttony, war, hate, anger, and not necessarily removing, but cleansing these things and proving to ourselves that we are responsible enough to exist. I mean, this is a great, I mean, really look at this, right? The utter lack of accountability in modern culture. People will ghost you. People will set dates and not show up. I mean, you name it, and the utter lack of accountability. And you kind of can't help but wonder what karmic energy that creates in the universe. I mean, really, you guys ever have that where you said, you line up a date and you're like, cool, Tuesday at 8. And then the girl just doesn't even respond. She's like, sure, awesome, be there, pick me up. And you're like, hey, you ready? 2 hours later, I was like, hey, sorry, I forgot. Okay, who here's had that? Okay, I don't even, and here's what's crazy. I've had it so many times, I expect it now. Like when somebody shows up on time, it's weird. So really think about the amount of negative emotion and negative reinforcement that gets created when those things happen. And that's amplified by every single person that that's happening to. So like my recommendation for you is like treat people around you better. Like treat yourself better. Treat everything like this is our chance to evolve beyond the McDonald's reality that we're in, beyond the fast food reality, beyond the Walmart. All those things are great. Consumerism is great to a point, but we need to transcend to a realm of creation. That's what we're supposed to be. Again, we are the realization of the ever-expanding universe. We are meant to create. We're meant to contribute. We are meant to deliver value. We are meant to expand. Right? Just look at the population. We've expanded to the point where the planet can barely contain us. So the next evolution of our consciousness needs to be focused around deserving to be here. Because I truly believe if we deserve to be here, we will create a cosmic force field around the planet that will energetically protect it. And then we will avoid dinosaur-esque cataclysmic extinction events caused either by external forces or the way it's looking is much more likely by internal forces, by ourselves, trying to blow each other up because we're so limited in our perception. So that's it for this video. It's like start thinking bigger. Like what is going on and stop being so scared about it. Stop being so scared about doing what you're meant to do. Stop apologizing. Start creating, start contributing, start delivering, start transmitting value and love and positive energy without having to ask for anything in return. Start becoming a beacon of that cosmic energy that exists, that is infinite in the entire galaxy. Okay, you are just a channeling point for it. You are meant to be here. You are meant to do great things. And yes, sometimes that rubs, but that's okay. Don't let that get to you, okay? The point of this video is to let you know I get freaked out sometimes, okay? Sometimes being human is so weird, I just want it to end. I've had that, okay? But you know what else it is? It's exhilarating. It's amazing. It's like love. It's confusing and exciting at the same time. You don't know whether you want to laugh or cry, and you can't contain yourself but to have the experience. So you watching this right now, I want you to know you are loved. I love you so much for watching this video. I'm so grateful that you took the time. Okay, thank you for being here with us together. This is awesome. How cool is this? Like, look around you. There's trees and air and clouds and waves and other people and stuff. It's so cool. You can get into a little machine and drive places going really, really fast. Like, you can get on a thing and a chair in the sky and go like all the way around this thing. It's so cool. It's such a trip. So I want you to appreciate that. Have the gratitude for it, because if you lose that, if we lose that on a level of consciousness, I'm very concerned about where we're going to go as not even just as a speed, but the energy in the universe. You know, we have the power to unify or to disrupt. And so if you have the choice, always pick unity, always pick oneness, always pick love, abundance, and gratitude. So that's it. There's no call to action. There's not like a how to be human product at the end of this. I just wanted to trigger your mind to start thinking about it a little bit differently, because maybe if you do, maybe it creates a positive domino effect of chain reactions that then gets somebody else to think differently and somebody else to think differently. And maybe it takes somebody's frown and turns it into a smile. Maybe it takes somebody's bad day and turns it into a good day. Maybe you have an impact on a dad who's having a rough day, and you cheer him up, and then instead of coming home and beating his kids, he decides to stop over and get them something nice. And maybe as a result of that, that kid gets something nice, and he has a more positive view of his childhood, and he does better things. He does better in school. He creates more things. As a result of that, we have this chain effect. Okay, you have the power. It's in your hands. I can't do this alone. I cannot do this alone. I need your help. Okay, let's start creating positive chain reactions all over the planet and see what happens. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I love you. I appreciate you. As always, this has been Hustle System. My name is Mikhail. I help people master their mindset, build a better business, and help you live your life on your terms. This has been The Human Experience. I will see you in the next video. Namaste.